Ostium Saya, Aitna Squalwin Zequitsnala, Antha Rhiannon, Tleetsna Humathquiam. My dear friends and relatives, it gives me good feelings to see all of you here today. I raise my hands in respect to our Kwantlen host nation. When we had some tough times in Musqueam, our Kwantlen's friends, our cousins came down the river to stand with us and to show our solidarity and to remind us that we're all connected. And a name was given during that time to solidify that relationship and those connections. So it was my great honor to accept the request to come and speak here today. I don't take these invitations, lightly. This is very serious when I receive these invitations to come. So I wanted to make sure that I raised my hands to Brandon for the invitation. And I raised my hands to the organizers for organizing such a great event today. I've been to many rallies and to many events, and I just want to acknowledge how well this rally was planned, how well the guest speakers we've been treated, and the connections that we've had, and the way that we were marshaled and brought here in such a good way. Just really wanted to acknowledge the good work of the organizers today. My heart is a little heavy today with the trouble going back home in our waters, in our shared waters. It's really sad to open up my email and to see an email from our fisheries telling our people not to go and harvest our food because it's contaminated. When I hear so many people talking about solutions to so many things is to eat local. Well, our local food is being toxic, is being spoiled, is being trampled on. And it's really hard to watch commercials from the Port of Vancouver where they pride on being able to bring in all of these foods so people can cook their family's traditional meals. Well, by you bringing in all of that food from the other side of the world, you're killing my traditional food in that process. I remember being a little girl and going to the beach and walking around and looking at the plants and looking at the life on the beach and wondering what was our food, what was our medicine, what was all this used for? Because in my heart I knew that all of that life on the beach served a purpose. And because of colonization, those teachings were lost to me. But I always wondered. So this is all connected. I see our friend here, fearless fish fighter over there. All of these fights are all connected. I want to take a point to show you a date that's above here that some of you might be able to see of when this building was opened, 1932. If we were to go back in time to 1932 and to gather like we are right now, those RCMP officers wouldn't be here keeping the peace and wouldn't be here directing traffic. They would be arresting me and her and them and those elders and Brandon, because there's more than 3 of us standing together. We would have all gone to jail. It's shame. But this is going to be a reality again, though. When the Harper government pushes through Bill C-51, it's going to be the same thing all over again. And that's terrifying, that these bills that are coming through. That we are living here today in an Orwell 1984 world. That book was not an instruction book. I think maybe we should go and find Harper's English teacher and go, what did you teach him? See if we can find his essay on when he read 1984 in class. Might be an interesting read. So speaking of our dear friend Harper. Friend. Just want to take a moment to pause and to send our collective good energy to his closed mind, that together maybe we can help him understand why we are all here today and why we do the things that we do. That fuel that was spilled on my traditional food source wasn't from an oil tanker. Now imagine if an oil tanker were to have spilt out there, where all those extra oil tankers that they want are out there, the kind of damage that's going to be done. So these things are all connected when Bill C-51 is being pushed through to stop us from doing this, to stop us from going and talking to people and to educating people. One of the things that excited me the most about being here today was to become into a conservative community and to do this work. It is so important that we shift our focus from holding rallies at the Art Gallery and at Main and Hastings. People in those communities, they already know. We need to take these rallies and these marches into those conservative ridings and into those liberal strongholds and hold those people accountable for the people that they have elected to do this work. I live in one of those communities. I have a conservative MP. I have an independent MLA. And I remind my neighbors all the time that they are responsible for what's happening in our country. We need to bring these marches and these rallies to let those community members know that their hands are just as dirty for electing those people. We need to go and we need to educate them that there's a better way to do things, that there's consequences for these people that we are electing. Harper has a false majority. The majority of Canadians do not agree with him. So we need to get into those communities and to get those people who aren't going out and voting inspired to get to those polls and to make a difference. So if you, like me, live in a conservative stronghold, I encourage you to go and talk to your friends and your neighbors and to not be embarrassed to share your political beliefs and to not be embarrassed to talk about the environment and the pipelines and Bill C-51. Is silence is that lets Harper have a majority government. So again, I just want to raise my hands for all of you in your tireless effort to see a lot of familiar faces in here, people that are working really hard. So just encourage you to keep doing what you're doing because it is making a difference. Hi, Setka.